Let's start off today by doing something, well, a little difficult. I want you to think of the one person who you trusted completely. And I don't mean just trusting them with casual words, right? I mean you trusted them with your secrets, your deepest fears, your real self. And then, one day, they broke it. Not slowly, not accidentally. They just broke it completely. And when they did that, something inside you literally changed forever. The bond was just severed. And man, that emotional fallout was immediate. You probably started smiling a little less, opening up a lot less. You absolutely kept your guard up. And honestly, even right now, a part of you was probably still protecting yourself from something that already happened. So, today we're going to talk about exactly what that betrayal did to you inside your mind, inside your brain, and deep down in your psychology. Welcome to today's Explainer. We are dealing with pure psychology today, folks. No filler, no generic advice, just the honest, science-backed truth about what trust betrayal actually does to a human mind. Because really understanding it, that is the absolute first step to healing it. All right, section 1, your brain on betrayal. The exact moment you realize you've been betrayed, your brain does something absolutely extraordinary. Let's dive right into the immediate neurological impact. Your brain immediately goes into full-on threat mode. You see, your amygdala, which is basically your brain's built-in danger center, it fires exactly the same way it would if someone literally pulled a weapon on you. And guys, this is not a metaphor. This is a biological reaction. So if you felt crazy, you were not overreacting. Your brain is actually physically processing the situation as a severe, life-threatening injury. And this explains why it hurts so much. Neuroscientists over at UCLA actually found that social pain, things like rejection, exclusion, or deep betrayal, activates the exact same neural pathways as a physical injury. Betrayal literally hurts like a physical wound. But here's the catch. While physical wounds have this nice, predictable healing timeline, psychological wounds just don't. Every single time you see that person or even just hear their name or face a vaguely similar situation, your brain rips that wound wide open again. Automatically, involuntarily, every single time. Moving on to section 2, the trust collapse. Now, here's what most people really don't understand about betrayal. It doesn't just destroy your trust in that one single person who hurt you. No, it rewires how your brain processes the entire concept of trust. Psychologists actually have a name for this. They call it generalized betrayal trauma. After a really deep betrayal, your brain just constantly starts scanning every new relationship for hidden threats. You know the feeling, right? That friend who's, say, 5 minutes late, your brain immediately wonders, are they lying to me? Or that colleague who seems just a bit too friendly? You're thinking, okay, what do they actually want? Your brain isn't being paranoid here. It is being fiercely protective. It learned a completely brutal lesson. The person you least expected to hurt you the most. So now it trusts absolutely no one completely. And here is the really profound tragedy of it all. The person who betrayed you, they've already left, but their damage stays. They're long gone, but their ghosts are living rent-free inside every single new relationship or connection you even try to build. Okay, section 3, the self-betrayal response. And this brings us to a part of the fallout that almost nobody talks about. Because when someone deeply betrays your trust, you don't just lose faith in them. The really insidious fallout is what